our guest for today's Instagram Live. Sanam is serving as a civilian peacekeeper in Kosovo and as the spokesperson for the UN Interim Administration Mission in Kosovo. Welcome, Sanam, and welcome, everyone. Thanks for watching. Sanam, tell us about yourself. How long have you been a peacekeeper in Kosovo, and what exactly is your job? And in fact, the first question is from Aurora Lefevre. How did you become a UN peacekeeper?
So hello to you and everyone who is watching. I've been a peacekeeper for about 3.5 years now. My job is, well, I have two roles. One is I'm the missions and the SRSG's spokesperson here, and also I'm the head of the Office of Strategic Communications and Public Information. So basically what we do is, one side of it is that we communicate on behalf of the mission. We inform the public about our activities, of the whole mission's activities, respond to media inquiries, keep media relations, but also we produce communication material to promote the priorities of our mandate. So we make, for example, documentaries, TV programs.
Great. Well, most people probably picture, peacekeepers just being military or police. So you're a good example of, that shows no, peacekeeping is all three: military, police, and civilian. Now, with the current COVID-19 pandemic, tell us a little bit about the situation. How is the mission responding to the coronavirus pandemic, and how is your work part of that response?
Well, just before starting that, I think it's good that you mentioned everybody thinks that peacekeepers are only people in uniform, and I think I like the idea of doing this lives because we can talk to civilian peacekeepers, and especially women. Hopefully more people would know that you can join peacekeeping in different capacities, especially if you are women. So that said, in terms of COVID-19, so in terms of what the mission is doing, so we are not separate from the local population here. We live and work alongside people here. There were two responses. One was internal in terms of the mission itself. For our mission leadership, first and foremost, the safety and security of the UN personnel here in Kosovo is important. So we were very quick in initiating our business continuity plans. We started work from home very early on when the very first cases were starting to emerge in Kosovo. So the footprint of the mission personnel in the mission compound has been reduced to really minimum. Only very critical staff would come to the compound. And also under the leadership of the head of the mission was quick to establish a COVID-19 response unit to provide medical facilities to UN personnel in Kosovo if they get infected. But fortunately enough, still we had no cases so far. I think partly because of the quick response, and of course we had the telecommuting platforms already in place, so it wasn't that difficult to quickly just change the way we work, not the work itself. But in terms of the response to the community, and also which is also relevant to our mandate and what we are really here to do, we very quickly reviewed our activities to see how some of them needed to be revised because of the restrictions of movement, because there were very strict restrictions of movement here. including the city of Pristina that we are in, was in quarantine. It just got out of quarantine. So we needed to revise to see how we can respond and still be contributing to the communities. And interestingly, not only we are operational, but our activities actually have increased because, especially with our office, because, well, we are in communication, we can take advantage of technology, and Kosovo has relatively good internet access, and social media and online is their first platform to engage with media and communication. So there were several things that the mission has done. Part of it is, of course, we supported the Ministry of Health when they needed, and there was an urgent need to donate protective gears for the medical unit, so we could manage in less than 24 hours to provide. Also, we are in touch with the municipalities, so very soon aid packages will be distributed in about, I think, 15 municipalities. They include some basic health items, and also some food items, and then female hygiene sanitaries, thanks to having female peacekeepers who consider these things as well. And so also in partnership with our UN families, we have a UN family here. For example, with UN Women, here we have very early on, we identified the rise of domestic violence in light of COVID-19 because of majority of the population in quarantine, which is consistent with also around the world, unfortunately. So we have supported the women shelters, and also we have started a Kosovo-wide campaign about domestic violence. And one of the things that, again, I say, taking advantage of the technology, we have made a documentary about domestic violence in Kosovo, which with that film we go tour around Kosovo in different municipalities and hold panel discussions to make awareness raising, physical, face-to-face awareness raising. Well, we can't right now, but so we are planning to have it on television, on a popular current affair TV program, followed by a panel discussion. So awareness raising. I'm in communication mostly, that's what we do. And one other thing was that we have this, we have partnership with local media here. So we had a series of town hall debates, which we would travel around Kosovo, bring people together from all communities to have conversations, discussions, and televise. Now we are connecting everybody through teleconferencing. So our partner also, they have been very quick to readjust. So at the time that everybody's sitting at home, but more and more we know that the only way you can combat such a big threat to populations is unity and collaboration. So this has become a way to connect people together. Yeah, I mean, and then as I said, like very much supporting our UN partners, which are very effective in supporting local authorities, including WHO. We support also them with we are a small office, but their communication office is even smaller here. So we also, my whole team are volunteering for WHO, helping with translations, yes, PSAs, voice over the videos, but it's good because we feel at least we are doing, we are doing something, yes.
Well, there was actually one question from H. Hulia Oskan about violence against women, saying there has been an increasing number of violence against women during the lockdown. How is the lockdown situation in Kosovo? And I think you already responded very well, you know, on that. So yeah, let's move to the personal side, and you know, the mental wellness side of that during quarantine, and let's talk about what impact it has on you personally. And So one question is from Cass M1756. What are some of the biggest changes that COVID-19 has had in your life?
Oh, okay. Well, on my personal life, it had a huge impact because I was supposed to get married in March, which is like Persian New Year. I'm Iranian, so we were supposed to get married here. And my fiance had left Kosovo to bring some documents for that, but then this happened. Yes, so we are not together, and I don't know when we are gonna see each other again. But it's very interesting because it's such a global phenomenon that it's really I don't feel like it's about me or him, or it's much bigger, and I still feel we are privileged and lucky that we can afford, first of all, to work from home. Many people we know, they can't afford that, so we can afford to protect ourselves. And also I feel very privileged that I am working in a position that I can contribute as well. And also, as I told you, my whole team is even doing more. This is really, I think, many people at such a situation, everybody wants to do something about this situation. And so I feel very lucky and privileged in that sense. Of course, I miss him very much, so we WhatsApp a lot. Also, yeah, I mean, well, I'm alone here, mostly at home, but again, using technology. We are very well connected with my team, with our senior management team, with our mission leadership. We have a SRSG that takes very good care of us. He is also, among many other experiences that he had. He's a certified doctor, so that's why, like, he also paid very much attention to these things. That's why we could have managed to have this COVID response medical unit so quickly. Yes, so, and we have counseling available, but yes, it can be tiring, because then when you are alone and working from your laptop, you might not feel the passage of the time, and just sometimes I feel like I'm sitting at my computer like a zombie, just working and working and working, and it gets dark. But yeah, I mean,
it's hard to disconnect sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm an immigrant. I've lived in many places, and I have managed to keep my friendships wherever I have been, thanks to the technology. So yes, I'm keeping that close connections, and still I repeat that I really feel privileged that I can do something in safety. We know not so many people, not everybody can.
So last question. There is from Asaguarov from Toxin. How does one become a peacekeeper? And again, you know, the distinction between uniformed and civilian. And then I would add, what would you say to encourage young women to become peacekeepers one day?
Yeah, this is a good question. Well, there are different ways to become a peacekeeper. I mean, well, if you don't have much experience, there is the UN volunteer scheme that is one of the ways to start joining the UN or peacekeeping, and also, yes, keep watching the job postings, but also just familiarizing yourself with the missions, their work. All of the UN missions are very good in communication. So and even if just following UN peacekeeping, they can find out where UN peacekeeping is operating. And one thing that, yes, it's important to keep in mind that peacekeeping is not only about the uniform personnel, which of course they are really important, and in most of the situations they are the ones who sacrifice their lives and protect civilians, and many of works like that. But at the same time, there's so many expertise, and also especially which women are quite capable of doing. And I think relatively UN peacekeeping, because of all the experiences of the hardship, they do their best as much as possible to protect their staff members. So yeah, I think if just they know that there's so many areas that is crucial in the, like when a mission implements its mandate, it needs IT people, it needs human rights experts, communication experts. If you're a journalist, if you're a economist, if you're a gender experts, lawyers. So there is a very vast pool of expertise that UN peacekeeping attracts. And yes, I suggest that they familiarize, and it's very crucial that women join peacekeeping. It's not just for the sake of numbers and we tick a box and we say statistics, we have equal number of men and women. It's really, research shows that any peace process that had women at the table, statistically it shows these peace processes have been more successful and more stable. And also, if you are dealing with communities and the beneficiaries, diversity is important, because then the lived experiences of every peacekeeper can help to identify the needs of the communities better, and also deliver your mandate better.
Diverse perspectives, as you said. For example, the sanitary pads. That was a perfect example.
Yes.
Maybe male peacekeepers wouldn't have thought of. So
yes,
diverse perspectives bring just different.
Yeah, that was a very small example. It just happened. That's why I raised it. But yes, exactly. It's just that we need a diverse pool of people. And actually, well, UN is one of the most diverse organizations around the world. It's a collective of all the people around the world. But yes, it's still, we know that, like everywhere else, we need more women.
Right. Well, right now, I mentioned initially only 6% of all military, police, and justice and corrections personnel are women. Our targets for 2028 are 30% of justice and corrections personnel, 20% of police, and 15% of military. So we need, young, especially uniformed women and civilian women to join peacekeeping.
Yeah, and if I may, I just add that also women in leadership and in political positions, that's also important. It's not just on, so in every grade, every level, and I see it very well, the impact in UNMIK, because we are one of the missions that we've been lucky that we are doing better in terms of having women in leadership levels as well, and senior management. Also in the, but we can improve, of course, but it's important. It's important to have also women in leadership levels and political roles as well.
Right. And right now, women are on the front lines of the COVID-19 response, including our women peacekeepers, but all health workers around the world. So throughout the month of May, leading up to Peacekeepers Day on May 29th, we're highlighting the crucial contributions of women peacekeepers to international peace and security. So keep following us. Thanks so much to Sanam for joining us, and thanks to all of you for watching. Stay tuned.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope more women would join.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.